Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2 from the Team Alpha X Christmas Showdown. $1,500 on the line. We're down to 4 players. These are 2 of them. Let me introduce, in the top left, the guy who no one seems to really know that well, but he makes himself every now and again. It's Impact. And in the bottom right, Zest is best. The Protoss player you can't help but love, respect, and be somewhat attracted to. The one who always seems to adapt to new patches better than other Protosses, especially. And well, we saw this in Home Story Cup 20. Zest, one of, if not the best Protoss there. And well, Protoss has had a rough go of it. Let's be honest here. Over the years, Protoss has kind of, to an extent, or to a very real extent, had to relearn how to play, like, arguably 2 to 3 times. Whereas the other races made some tweaks, made some adjustments, but everything under the hood looking the same. This year, as a Protoss, I don't think they're in the same boat as the other races. Some adjustments, some changes. But most of the things, like the big change is charge, where the charge zealots used to do. Now this will be news to many people, but when you charged before and you hit someone in the face when you charged them, you slapped them, you did 8 damage on top of doing an attack. So you did 8 extra damage, which helped out a lot against like Zerglings and Marines. Now you just run real fast when you're not charging, so you don't do that burst damage. You just run real fast. So that is the difference. But this hasn't seemed to affect the way charge lots are used. In fact, it seems to have opened up more options, allowing players to have more micro potential with them, and not have to rely on them as, well, I have 44 charge lots, good luck attacking me. And can you believe it? That right there's a Stargate, Lester. That's what we see in approximately 90% of Protoss versus Zergs that don't go to Cannon Rush. And is that going to be a Phoenix? Well, dang gummit. Okay, I'm going to stop. Stop it. Yes. And then it's going to be an Oracle. And then the Oracle comes across, Phoenix lifts up. There are some... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Crazy alert. He's making a second Phoenix. Will he make a third Phoenix? Whoa! So, Zest is going Stargate. Like, he's not opening Stargate. It appears Zest is going Stargate. Or at least is going to open up with 3-4 Phoenixes, enough to lift a Queen, I assume. Impact, on the other hand, doing nothing exciting. He's opting for a third. Conservative drone count. Continually scouting with Lings. He did not go for Overlord speed. So there will be more gateways as well. I'm interested to see, one, when Zest does the big reveal. It appears that now is the answer to that question. And what is the follow-up? It doesn't seem like this is going to be a double Stargate, though. Oh, what? Oh, there was another Phoenix hunting Ovies. I forgot they were going to pick up their friend at the bar. Yes, of course, the Phoenix on the wings of justice. Burrow starts from Impact. He finished up the Roach one, right? These Overlords are dying here. Queen's caught out. Brenda and her knitting crew disjointed. None of them have enough energy for transfuse. These queens are exposed. They could be killed. Impact doesn't have a great drone count right now. So for all intents and purposes, Zest is in a super comfortable position. He just, I'd imagine you slap a robo on from here. Maybe two. Every once in a while we'll have one of those players. That he's just kind of built five Phoenixes and he's gotten away with it. I don't know what Impact was expected to do, but he can't challenge him at all. It's going to be a Twilight and a Forge. Going to see +1. A little bit off a little more than he can chew. He wanted those drones. That's kind of indicating that there's not going to be more Phoenixes. That's the end of it. So, Impact not really speeding to counter the Phoenixes specifically. There will still be drone kills here. Fancy moves. Be careful not to pick up too many at a time. Zest is going, well, he's really working up his probe count comfortably. And the Phoenixes also provide near perfect scout. They're fast, they're agile, they're like unicorns of the sky. They're majestic, they're beautiful, they're handsome like Zest. They just move so gracefully. There's a Templar Archives on the way. Charge as well. Chrono boosted out, but Impact has kind of not had a chance to have any of himself in this game. And kind of just has to sit back. It's almost like a battlecruiser build. It's about the same cost as well. Just kind of, the Zerg player has to sit back and minimize damage until they can finally put up enough units to do something. The Hydras are popping out. The Phoenix's days have nearly ended. They could be recalled out, I guess. Whoa! Whoa! Hide behind me. More pickups. Slices them up. Impact is apparently just doing my easy Zerg max out build, which is Roach Hydra with +2 and about 60-something drones. Which, very flattering, Impact, thank you. This is a Scouting Immortal, which is the best type of Immortal, it is known. This Immortal has no fear. And even though it should. Storm is on the way. So Zest is just putting together, it feels like Impact got caught a little flat-footed against the Phoenixes, and now he's kind of had to sit back at home while Zest builds the army he wants. Like, what Protoss player doesn't want Immortals, Archons, Storm, and Charge Lots before there are Lurkers, or Broodlords, or Swarmos, or anything? Oh, the Queens. The Queens! Brenda and her crew are on the way with anger in their hearts and death in their eyes and transfuses in their bellies and wings nowhere to be seen. Very sad still. Not sure what happened there. So, the Guardian Shield. There's a lot of Zerg here. Zest has to be very careful with his usage of Storm. A few Phoenixes could make a difference, but you got to be a little careful. Storm's going to be super important, but the Queens have joined the party. They definitely throw a little bit of a wrench into Zest defending this cleanly. The supply's about even. If the front line dies and the Hydras start melting, then this is all over for Impact. Zest trying to hold the line. Guardian Shield helping out so much. Around the Charge Lots at the front, and Zest suddenly pounding through with the Immortals. Zerglings try to trickle in. Some pickups from the remaining Phoenix. But guess what? Zest, a dominant performance. Not even remotely close. I mean, I guess that fight to start was a little close, but Zest had a lot of options. He had a lot of room to give up, whereas Impact, he had nothing to follow it up. What's coming up next? He didn't have Lurkers, he didn't have Hive, he didn't have, like, Nidus Swarm Host or anything else that YouTube comments complain about. He just had a medium economy, and he knew a Protoss player was heading towards a max out on Immortal Archon Templar. Good luck with that. Zest with a convincing game one. He pounds the point home. Now we're on World of Sleepers. Considered not an incredible map for Protoss. They're partially because taking a third base can be exposed. There's this weird mineral wall / knot area that can be mined through, as a laser showed. And Zerg players, oh, they nerfed it. I forgot. This was nerfed. The middle base no longer has a rich Vespene geyser, because the middle base is mostly only accessible to Zerg, which gave Zerg kind of a racial advantage. It's now just a standard base with one Vespene geyser, making it kind of meh. That's what it boils down to. Nexus on the way. Don't yawn, they're doing standard builds. Explain why that's exciting. I really wish I could. But, we figured out how to open up. Nobody has broken the meta enough in these matches that we're not going to see the hatch first or the hatch gas pool and the Stargate opener. I divine to you there will be a Stargate built in this location in 7 seconds at 2:15. It is decreed. It is decreed. And then we have Warp Gate. The lack of Warp Gate might give this away, and probably will give this away, as you can see when a building isn't lighting up. And yes, you can tell there are ways each race has their own unique traits when it comes to seeing if their buildings are producing, upgrading. That's most of it. Protoss buildings light up and jiggle around a little. Terran buildings light up and do, like, the starport, like, goes down, and then the barracks flashes lights, and Zerg buildings have little seizures. So that includes the hatchery building a queen. Obviously you can tell when a lair is building, but pro players can tell that at a split-second glance. That's a phoenix, but guess what? We're back to basics. It's an oracle. Zest says my build worked. No reason to wear it out. I just got that on discount. It's a hive. Nope, that's a hatchery. I had one job. 3 queens done at the net. I love the +1 melee play. This is my favorite play. Oh, to counter this scenario. Did he build an Evo chamber? Close enough. I mean, if it works, it works. Sometimes with the Dorito dust and all the gamer gunk that gets on the mouse and keyboard, I mean, it's tough to hit the right key. Anyways, here come the Adepts shading across. Glaives on the way. Now, was this before or after they reverted resonating glaives to being normal, or is it still weird? We're going to find out eventually, I think. But the Adepts are just working across. There are not that many Zerglings. More in production. These are unglaved Adepts. They're still pretty dangerous. Going to kill several drones. It's already worth it, to be honest. Like, he gets in. He robs him. He slaughters his children. And he gets out. I may have exaggerated, but only slightly. The Adepts are having a conclave. That is one conclave of Adepts. As they all shade together, they seem to multiply. Technically, they are. Whoa, 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 warp that in! Oh, no. Okay, this could actually get weird. There's a lot of Zerglings. They're going to have +1. Roaches are on the way. Adepts are warping in. They don't have glaives yet. Without glaives, that's a lot of queens. Whole bunch of Zerglings. Glaives isn't done. Impact may actually be able to isolate these Adepts. Warpins were forced at home. Probes are dying. Zest did the one thing you're not allowed to do. You gotta keep a unit in the wall. You can't let Zerglings in your base. It's bad. So, that all would have been well and good if Zest had his wall. But guess what? He didn't. And now he's got serious problems. Despite the fact it's relatively close now. Okay, here comes the neighborhood. Oh, you really... Oh, he missed a volley! Oh, only 2 kills. And I don't even know if they were both right there. Loses 1. You know, that's actually going to be pretty nice. Even 1 Adept is deadly. So this is after the Adept revert. But 5 kills. He made up some ground. And there's a robo done. Immortals producing. A lot of sentries. Those wizard bubbles are quite useful. But Adepts, not so much. Adepts just don't work into your anti-roach composition very well. They have similar range, if not the same. I think it's the same. Maybe 1 more. And they just do essentially no damage to roaches. They're really designed to slaughter those poor, innocent workers who are constantly being harassed, but there is no HR department in the Zerg. A couple Adepts coming out. Zest hoping to repeat his success of that 1 Adept. Slowing down a critical mass of Ravagerling would be a top priority, and second priority is to actually build up his own tech. Is he going to attack? Oh my. The wizard bubbles and the immortals. It's going to come down to the force fields. No! Zergling gets in. That 1 Zergling not going to matter too much. That base immediately canceled. That's far too many force fields. Adepts will shade in towards the 3rd. Should be shut down immediately. Zest cancels. That's a lot of Banelings. Baneling speed is on the way. So is +2 in Roach speed. In about 20-30 seconds, Impact is going to be way more powerful. Baneling speed is finishing up. +2 is next on the agenda. That means if any Banelings connect, it's going to be devastating. Like, this army evaporates to Banelings. And Corrosive Bile can knock down Force Field. Any gap. Any gap! God. More Zerglings. Oh no. He builds the walls. How long will they last? Corrosive Bile's coming through. Baneling speed. Another round. He holds. Zest. The Shield of Ire. But it was a delaying tactic. There wasn't much he could actually do to get damage done. There's Robo Bay on the way. Disruptors could take those big meaty chunks that he so desperately needs. It's +2 melee attack, which means Baneling's one-shot probes now. Fun fact. Not so fun if you're Zest. Barriers triggered. The Warp Prism was pulled back, which means there's no micro potential with it. Zest just trying to stay on point. The force fields lock in some energy, starting to drain. There's not that much left on the wizard bubbles. Gonna pull back the Warp Prism. 2 Colossi on the way. That's an option. Oh, but Banelings are trickling through! They're breaking through! We cannot hold! There's only so much the Immortals can do. An Impact rips down Zest in game 2. He's not getting away with that. A bit of a misfire on the Adept all-in. Into... not much. Is the summary. Not much. We're tied up. Impact showing his competence when he's able to shut down that early damage. He was much more prepared for the Adept Glaives, and it's a lot easier to be directly prepared for Adept Glaives rather than some awkward Phoenix opener. Scouting off a gate. It's a little bit later than you usually see. And Zest is walling off with a pylon. Has he been doing this? I don't believe he's been doing this the whole time. Interesting choice. You might be able to have it fully walled off by the time the Cybercore is done then, if you use the pylon as part of the wall. I'm not 100% on that. Gonna do a little bit of anti-mineral micro. Don't try this at home. And in fact, Zest isn't even trying it now. Oh, and Impact strikes back. They duel over the mineral patch and the mineral AI. Impact wins a hard-fought victory. Oh, but Zest bounces a drone. Intense. Essentially, the game doesn't care who's mining the mineral patch. It just knows that if there are 2 people mining, then the third guy should go somewhere else. Or ideally, even the second guy should go somewhere else. So when the probe starts to mine, it says, "No, don't worry, drones. This place is covered." Does it prevent him from mining minerals? Yes. Does it prevent many minerals? No. If you're lucky, you deny, like, 10 to 25 whole minerals if you do it perfectly. And also don't screw anything up at home. I mean, that doesn't factor into what they're doing, but the idea stands. It's kind of an awkward chase here. First Adept. Looking, well, if he could snipe the Creep Tumor, it's going to be another Twilight opener from Zest. So he's mixing it up. He's trying new things. You got to appreciate a man who does that. And yeah, with the pylon, you can wall off with just 2 large buildings. Interesting. It's looking like a DT drop build. Or at least a DT opener so far from Zest. Those Adepts looking for an opportunity. See plenty of Zerglings. Wow, they're actually going to take advantage of the lack of creep between bases. Zergling speed not done for 13 more seconds. Plenty of time for these Adepts to get out. Impact boxing out with the Zerglings. Somebody died. Everybody's ready. robotics facility on the way. Dark Shrine, as expected. Now, is Zest the type of player who tries to get damage done with the DTs, or does he go straight into Archons? Zest, originally, partially one of the pioneers. One of the pioneers of Archon dropping. He's one of the first players to show, yeah, this is actually disgusting. And I think every Zerg player has hated it since. So that means you're probably doing something right. The gas is at the natural, a little on the later side. Dark Shrine. About to complete. So, he's showing the Adepts in the Prism, which is like, oh yeah, for real. Wait. Impact is like, wait, whoa. He just saw that. 100% he saw that, right? Yeah, there's a Spore here, but he's going to go deep. Oh, he's going right on the units. In between the bases. Overseer on the way. Zest. Try to get a little zesty there. But he's going to break it back down. Merge into Archons. Looked like he might have an opportunity to get a lot of damage done, but got all 4 DTs out. Won't miss a beat on the Archon drop. Zest taking his third. Small Zergling counterattack, not going to be nearly enough to delay that. Whoa, double Stargate transition. Also going deep in the pain here. Kill this. He really wants that Overlord, but no reason to risk the Archons. Those things are expensive. Oh, I like this. Impact gonna do a slow V drop into the main. Because what are you gonna expect at this time but like 8 Zerglings in your main? Unfortunately, Zest technically is going to see it. I'm not sure if he actually noticed it, because he's migrating on the other side of the map, but I'm pretty sure he notices it now. Zerglings catch and kill one Adept. The rest will corral the Zerglings and take them out pretty easy. So far, with Spire and Baneling Nest on the way behind. Impact, I mean, huh. My answer, huh. Because he scouted the double star. The Spire was already happening, I believe, before he scouted the double star. But he's going to go Corruptor to directly deal with Phoenixes. The Phoenixes were just kind of happening regardless, is what seems to be the case. Yeah, these are all dead. Alright. So we're gonna see Corruptor versus Phoenix. And like in the mid game, we're not seeing Corruptor versus Phoenix, and also there's like a Mothership and 12 Void Rays. And Storm. And anything else, and like 14 cannons. No. This is like straight up, and there's not much on the ground otherwise. A couple Archons, an Immortal, some Adepts, up against a handful of Roaches, and maybe some Zerglings. So this is definitely odd. Usually games don't come to this situation. Usually someone goes air and someone looks for a timing on the ground, but I think Impact is banking on countering this so directly. He actually takes a huge advantage. And Corruptors do... Oh! Phoenixes! He didn't realize. 2 Phoenixes unfortunately rallied to their brothers. Their brother's not looking out for them. Oh, I'm supposed to talk. I said, realizing, staring at all the things happening. Look! Shield batteries, Archons, Phoenixes dancing on patrol. Zerglings, Banelings, everybody's building up. This is the montage, like, the night before the battle, okay? This is where they spend a minute, and maybe a soldier goes to the much younger soldiers like, you know, I didn't make it through all these battles by being stupid, so stick by me tomorrow, and don't be stupid. And also, come pee all over this Nexus, and don't worry, it'll be fun. The Nexus is taking a whole lot of damage. He's right, it was fun. The young soldier and the old soldier both die. Thus ends the exposition. They were both corruptors. It was a weird conversation. Hive attack on the way, but I think... Well, Zest... It's time to go. Also, he's going to need to break down his own wall. Those Archons are too thick. Oh wait, is there a prism? I couldn't tell because the Phoenixes... Is Zest really going to sit back here? I mean... I guess his other option is to attack, and good luck with that. The forces of Ire assemble, but the great broods of the swarm are matched against them. Ravagers, Roaches, Banelings. How many Banelings? 55 Banelings. He's going on +2. There's a lot going on here. There's no storm to match. It's just Archons and maybe some sentries. Meanwhile, some charge lots and possibly a Phoenix counterattack. Oh my god! The Banelings crash through. Even Archons and Immortals are evaporating to him. Everything seems to crumble. The shield battery's trying so damn hard. The probes are on the run, but not far enough. He loses 25. A warp into the main. Zest is betting it all. He's lost everything at the natural. He's going to kill some drones. He's going to kill a lot of drones. Corruptors aren't going to solve this. There are Archons involved. That's going to make things super difficult, even a DT in the mix. So Zest's counterattack is actually pretty hardcore here. Not as hardcore as the all-out attack, but yeah, +2. I don't know. It looked good for a sec. How was the prism even still alive? Oh, and then there were Banelings. GG! Impact takes it home. He's gonna take it 2-1, but it's not over. Nope, not Dan. Jimmy. It's not over. This is best of 5. But if I've learned anything from the professionals at GOM TV and other places, it's when a player is on match point, you better get all your advertising in now. So I'll be right back after these quick advertisements. If you guys could pause ad block, that'd be awesome. Be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Winter, and I'm here to talk to you about liking and subscribing. Does it make a difference? It actually does. YouTube is like people went through the physical effort of jamming their grubby little index finger, or, okay, if you were to, just hypothetically right now, just do it with me, but hypothetically, if you were to like on a touchscreen, would you do it with your index finger, or are you a psychopath? Answer that question below in the comments after ringing the bell. Make sure to check it out. Also, thank you to Team Alpha for putting on this Christmas showdown. Check them out. TeamAlpha.twitter.com/AlphaXSC2 and on Africa TV. I'm not 100% confident. I think it's AlphaXSC2. But they actually stream on the Korean streaming site, Africa TV. So make sure to check them out. And thank you to Drickett. And if you didn't know, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get Twitch Prime. You can use Twitch Prime to subscribe to a streamer of your choice with money. It's unlike YouTube. This is like money, but not like money because you have Twitch Prime for free every single month. So, free money, and also not money, and also cash money, if you know what I mean with Team Alpha. Thank you, good luck, have fun, and good night. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know ads are loud and annoying, but Jimmy says we gotta do them. He didn't get enough Jimmy coins. You know what my favorite thing is during a series? My absolute favorite thing? Is when players change their colors in the middle of a series to ones that make even less sense. I'm sorry, I'm zoning out a lot. We've cast a lot of games today. Impact, why are you blue now? Come on, this isn't Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't want my pastel colors in my literal Zen garden. Jesus. It's like, these are the colors most naturally attuned to put you to fucking sleep. Okay. In the top right is Impact. And the bottom left is Zest. The probe snakes through the grass of Zen. And then takes the steps to the monastery of Impact. Impact looks upon him impactfully and says, get the fuck out of here. Hey, go back home. We don't like your kind around here. Will somebody proxy a hatch or put down a cannon? Are we really gonna go hatch, gas, pool, and one gate expand again? Don't you put down a Stargate. As long as you don't put down a Stargate, he's got to put a second pylon here, right? Wait, where's Zest? Don't you do it. It's kind of a weird map, Zen. You've got a ramp that's just kind of open, but those are 20 mineral patches, which are relatively hard to mine out. It takes 4 trips. Oh my god, he goes Stargate. Here we go again. Now, this is only the second game he's gone Stargate. He had success in both. Actually, no, he's gone Stargate 3 game. Yes? How many games have there been? I don't even know anymore. There's been at least 2 games with Stargate. I'm not sure if he's won. He's definitely not won both of them. I'm confusing myself. It's not that hard. It wasn't that many games ago. Anyways, PvZs all blend together for me. Adept shades through. There are 2 overlords just hanging out over here. I'm kind of surprised that Impact didn't... Wait, what is this? Oh, it's on the same hotkey as the other Adept. I'm staring at it like, Zest, are you just trying to inflate your APM like all those Gold Leaguers say when they see anything of first-person player cams? Oh, is this a mainling boss? Whoa! Hold the phone! He's mainling busting. Wait, how does that work here? Is he just gonna go through this pylon? Is that gonna work? Zest is building a bunch of phoenixes, which really isn't the way to do it. Oh, here come the banelings! And there's one more baneling where that came from. Phoenix is definitely not an ideal counter here. At least Warp Gate finishes, but there's only one gate. Oh, a beautiful layout here. A reactionary Cyber Core and Gateway in the main. In fact, a Cyber Core builds faster than a gate and has more HP. So if you really need a wall in a pinch, the Phoenix is lifting up the Baneling, so getting some value. This is like an incredibly slow-moving Baneling boss. Impact will get the expansion, but he is only at 25 drones, so. And that is because not a single Oracle was built. If there was an Oracle, or he had opened Oracle, then this might have just been dead on arrival. This is like, what? Zest has walled off his entire main, except for... He's just tucked himself into his back little crescent here. And eventually he'll have enough units to break out. He's desperately trying to keep enough pylons alive. Whoa, surprise! Oh. Well. Meanwhile, the Phoenixes are going to go across the map. I think this is good for Zest. So there's this awkward scenario. It's like, well, he has 3 bases to 1. But Zest has 36 workers, and Impact is going to bleed. Like, building spores hurts. Losing queens and drones hurts. He's going to do some, if not all of the above. Oh, force field! Force field! Oh, Zest! Zest! Zest had an opportunity to make this a very solid... Yeah. He missed the force fields on the ramp. That was prime force field opportunity. And he blew it. He blew it. That's the only way to describe it. He really wants to take that expansion again. Zest is actually ahead on supply. We are so early in the game, the main base isn't even close to mining out. Like, you were still a couple minutes from it starting to mine out. So now we're going to find... This is like... This isn't so much David versus Goliath as... I'm trying to think of a good example of like a big lumbering giant, but that is very hungry, up against a small, agile 6th grader with a letter opener. Because that's where we're at now. Zest can't do real damage to Impact, but Impact keeps taking hits. I like the double expand. Impact is desperately trying to stabilize his economy intact. On paper, like, the fact that he had Zest all bottled up in his main should have been great, but the thing that made Zest take the damage he did, the commitment to Phoenixes early, has also been his savior. Though, if he hadn't gone for this many Phoenixes and hadn't pumped him out, then he would not have an opportunity to keep Impact in check. Like, if he had gone for an Oracle or 2, that's a lot more easily countered, but the Phoenixes just stamp, 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 stamp. Just death by 1,000 psionic cuts, or ion crystals, or whatever the hell they have. The pulse crystal. The fancy Phoenix lasers that are some of the only units besides the battlecruiser now that can fire while moving. Zest is comfortable at 50 probes. Impact has struggled his way to 56 workers. He's not even done with a lair yet. So, the first Phoenix is finally lost. Zest has killed 12 workers. Impact has killed 2. And Impact was the one who Baneling busted. It really does feel now the Phoenixes have kept Impact in his place. They've hamstrung him far enough. A little letter opener. Rusty. It's a rusty letter opener. Very important. That Impact is really struggling to get back on his feet here. He's going to build a spire. It looks like he wants to counter this directly, but this works a lot better if you're even or ahead on economy. If you're behind, Zest can laugh it off with some storms or even some Archons. Like, there isn't the economy or just the general unit production. Like, last game, Impact had +2 as an option coming up later in the game. There's no upgrades. Like, there's no +1 melee. There's no killing anything that isn't like some stranded gateway units. Roaches and I think Impact's scared he's about to be attacked. He's at 70 drones. He's building some corruptors. Zest has been passive for quite a while. Another hatch. Really gonna lean into Zergling production. Not a bad idea. You just don't have the larvae on these hatches with this economy. Zest is gonna move out. Whoa. So how War Prism pops out to save the day. I love the wall elf. Oh my god, Zest, you shall not pass. I've had enough of these Zerglings in my base. So he's got some Zerglings in his base, but he'll clean them up. Archon, I don't know why he brings the Phoenixes with him, but this time, not a desperation move, but a great way to draw some of the army out of position. And if some of the army's out of position, those Zest can isolate a base, and isolate some Banelings, and isolate some of the Roaches and Ravagers, and already Impact is in retreat. The main base is being gutted. The 4th base is essentially gone. The army is embattled, and the Archons are being dropped right on top. Another round of charge lots being warped in. The Natural is now under attack. The 3rd base is last on the agenda, but we won't get there as Zest ties it up. 2-2. Zest amputated his Nexus and his Natural perfectly. He said, I can lose this and still win. Many players say, like, well, maybe I can defend. No. There was no way he's defending that committed of an all-in. He had to fall back to the last. There was the last Nexus. And he held. Game 5 is on Triton. Top left is Impact. Sticking with that blue color. Not working out for you thus far, Impact. The bottom right is Zest. He really... That Phoenix build. It came through. Roddy will be proud. Will he try it one more time on Triton? It's not the worst map. You do have a ramp to your Natural. The 3rd base is decent. But he's now used it twice. It appears Impact has wanted to counter Stargate head on. You don't see too many Zergs who are like, oh, you're going Stargate? I'm going Corruptor. There's a lot of... We've seen barely any Hydras from Impact. He's really focused more on the direct in-your-face Roach, Ravager, Baneling, Corruptor. There's been some Hydras mixed in, but they haven't been the main theme they usually are. Impact tried. Can you blame him for trying to just knock him out? He's up 2-1. Take your shot. Speaking of taking your shot. This has to be a Stargate, right? Just timed out to be a little bit quicker. And he hasn't opened Oracle at all. Impact has not gone for Overlord speed at all during this series. It seems like this is what Zest wants to exploit. It's been, from Zest, even when he did open Stargate, it's been Phoenixes. Will the Zerglings, if the Zerglings spot it, if they just kind of incidentally, wait, where are they headed? No, yeah, they're not headed here. Looks like they're just trying to avoid being spotted by the Adept. Oh, oh my God. Don't mind me. They're moving along. So, this Oracle comes in significantly quicker than most players will make their spores, and Impact making a spore at 315. Oh, he's got an Overlord in the main. There's no second pylon in the main. Wow. He actually just sent his first Overlord in. That is a little uncharacteristic. He knows. He actually knows. This is a strong likelihood, if not exactly what's happening. Now he's about to figure out that's exactly what's happening. Unfortunately for Zest. How many kills? And not even a second Oracle. Oh, that's a real rough start. You committed a lot out on the field. And you got one Oracle out of it. Kills 3 drones. Took a bit of a bruising. There's going to be a Twilight and a Robo back at home. Zest has been building up. It looks like, I mean, what are your options from here? 2 more gates brings him to 4. It's going to be a Templar Archon drop. Just doesn't feel like it's going to have the timing that it maybe could have. It's unfortunate, but Impact got a good scout off. And Zest actually gambled here in Game 5. Sometimes when you gamble, you lose. Let this be a lesson. Templar Archives finishes up. Are those gateways 5 and 6? Gateways 5 and 6. Zest is really going to try to lay it on here. A Zergling patrolling in the correct area to spot the Warp Prism. Roach is in production already. Impact has just the right amount of workers. Not too little, not too many. He's got 53. And he's got a lair on the way. Which means he's in prime position to defend this, especially since he knows it's coming. Oh no, he's building 8 more drones. Okay, wait. Whoa, whoa, and a Spire. Whoa! Did he get baited by this third? He didn't even see the third. Okay, wait. He's going to see the Archons. Actually, now would be a great time for Zest to attack. I thought Zest was doing like a fake out, but no. Another robotics facility's on the way. I thought Impact was getting too greedy. He's going to get away with it because Zest is actually just going for the third base. He does have a number of charge lots, and he's looking for an opportunity to use them. Wait, what? Is he just abandoning his Archons? Wait, where's the Prism? Where in the hell is the Prism? Halfway across the map, the Archons are just chilling. Zerglings trying to get into the natural, not happening. The Prism... Did Zest realize the Archons didn't have a Prism with them? Well, thankfully he picks them up now before the Roaches can find it out. I'm not entirely convinced he noticed. Mutas are on the way. They're 2 Robos. out of Zest. He obviously, painfully doesn't know that Spire is the choice. And now, the Queen's more than a match for the Archon Prism. Roaches on their way across. Impact is setting up to really blindside Zest with the Mutalisks. Is there anything in the main? No cannon, no shield battery. The Stargate was killed, if you'd remember. It does appear he just spotted a Muta somewhere. Now trying to set up some desperate defenses. Storm is on the way. How many Templar on the field? 4 Templar. He's got the Archon Prism to help box out. He's really working on it. The Mutas successfully deterred by the Archon Prism. Probes will die. They're so agile. Their Arcanon's done. It's only going to be superficial damage for a while, but it's not about what's being done here. It's about what's being done elsewhere. Which is very little for Zest and so much for Impact. 187 supply. How many roaches? 36 roaches. And 6 Ravagers and counting. He's got Lings on the way. He's going to try to break them. Oh no, the Archons just now merging. The Oracle going to make it somehow. But the hammer's about to come down. Well, he does have Storm. Zest has Storm. He's going to have to manage this perfectly. He has to hold the third. There's nowhere to fall back to. Not this time. Storm will help defend the southern flank. The Immortals and Archons to the north. More Zerglings trickling through. Storm wearing out. It's just Archons now. He's out of direct splash. Down goes the Prism. I think there might have been an Archon in it. The Immortals forced to fall back. Archon stuck in the main. It's a disaster. He has to recall them to the third. Well, they'll die anyways. Immortals and Zealots are not going to manage to break this. Losing the key Prism. Archons all over the place. The brick comes through Zest's window. And that... Zest he's punching out 2 Immortals at a time, but Immortals on their own aren't going to cut it. +1 going to be finished, and just as no units are left on the field. Impact really punishing Zest here. Yeah, he's winding up. He's like, oh, you're not done? Okay, here comes some more. Impact with 4 bases now. He's got 58 drones. He's ready for the knockout blow. Zest desperate. He's down half again in supply. Corrosive Biles over the potential probe path. Can 2 Immortals and an Archon really hold this? Not this time. The probes are pulled. It's not enough. Impact takes it. 3-2. Hard fought. The one game it felt like Zest didn't really have a grasp on what was happening. The other games that he lost, it felt like things just kind of went wrong. But that time, Impact, 1, he figured out the proxy star. And 2, the Spire was a perfect choice. Impact takes it. He moves on to the finals. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Team Alpha for putting on this Christmas show match. Make sure to check them out. Get to the description and check them out by unlocking it with the like and subscribe buttons, and also ring the bell for extra bonus clicks. You do the clicks. You don't, nothing else. That's how that works. And then I can imagine the comments already, but make sure to make a productive one of your own. I'm sure it will be helpful, no matter if it's in Twitch chat or in YouTube comments or on the Battle.net forums or Reddit. All great forums for conversation. Thank you. Thank you, Drickett, for putting it all together. Good luck, and have fun.